Said you were ready. You
Yeah.
ready?
Go ahead. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Said you were ready. You
Yeah.
ready?
Go ahead. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Shalom, Israel. We are the ISUPK. Start off 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Start off 1969. We are under commanding General Yahanna, where we teach blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians make up the 12 tribes of Israel. We are not affiliated with any other Israelite group. Officer Lashawan Park, teaching the Lashawan Qadash class, Greenville, South Carolina. See, we have people posted up in class there. See, we have Latanya, we have Izarash. How about, I think Latanya's name is Thakwawa. I believe that's what it was, wasn't it? Well, let's clap it up for class, man. You know, we're gonna roll on. When we had last week, we went, we did prepositions, no, possessive adjectives and prepositions so far. So lock you. Drink a little mayam. Um, and we're gonna continue on with class. Give you a little sentence structure. To add on to that, we're gonna give you guys a little exercise to do. First of all, but Hebrew. Let's explain a little bit about Hebrew because I see people coming in trying to write Hebrew from right to left. But Hebrew, I mean from left to right. Hebrew is written from right to left on the board. Right to left. Right side going to the left side. That's the way it's written, and that's the way it's written on our Hebrew charts. The ancient Hebrew, the holy language. Lashawan means tongue. Holy is Qadash, and you got to understand that when you see a holy tongue, it's not to be mistake for what that these people do in these churches up in here. This gibberish, foolishness, you know. I imagine there was a time when the slaves had to keep things low key, but just to keep from the slave owner knowing what they're doing. But now's the time to wake out of your sleep and slumber and come to understand that Lashawan is actually a tongue. I'm speaking English right now, or to say there's some people that speak Spanish. Some people speak all kind of languages, right? Right now, we're going to transliterate all our words, of course, into English. That's the language we speak, and then we'll go from there when we look them up. It's not a pretense. It's not something to hide. It's just the language we spoke because we've been in slavery for 400 years, man. You know, right here, and really for thousands of years, all the way back. If you go back to Babylon, Persia, Greece, and Rome, of course, is our last captivity in Rome. And right now we're speaking the English language, and that would be called it's a tongue. It's the English language. It's a language that no one would understand, the Bible says in Deuteronomy. So, but anyway, we use our Hebrew chart over here. I like people to refer to that chart over here, if everybody can see our chart. It would be right over here to my left side. It'd be your right side. Of course, you will see up top it says ancient Hebrew. That is the Hebrew that I'm translating in tonight sometimes. And I will, from occasion, use the Syrian Hebrew for reference, because the reason why I like to use the Holy Tongue, the ancient Hebrew, is because it has your uh, it has your connectors, Hebrew connectors. And as we sit right now, of course, I didn't write some of these connectors down here. I know y'all looking at me like, but anyway, connectors. What are connectors, man? Let's uh, lock you. Okay, got that word wrong. Let's see. There. Let's try that one right there. There. Like this, like that. And what you got to understand when you're reading a word, when you transliterate, I've taught you guys so far to take a word and translate it into your Hebrew language. I mean, from the Hebrew language that we have into symbols, translate it into the your English language, because that's what we speak in a tongue, right? But the actual Hebrew tongue can be extrapolated from this ancient Hebrew chart. That's our chart, right? That's what you got to understand. Hebrew sounds like this. Slock you for the throat there. Abagada hawazaka tayakalamanasa ipataza kwarashatha. And it's going to sound the same thing when you go to the bottom line of the Assyrian Hebrew, because the Syrian Hebrew, the symbols sound exactly the same. When they had us in captivity in Persia, I'm sorry, Assyria, that's in Daniel's days. Well, right before the Medes and Persians took over the Assyrians, I believe. Daniel, Babylon, Assyrians, you know. Who else we got in class right here?
You have UPK Shar.
Mm-hmm.
We have Izura,
Mm-hmm.
and we have the sister Takawa.
Takawa, right. The ribs of Imawa. Uh-huh. And so, like you say, you check in the chat, you'll see the you'll see the printout for you to put your name in there so you can get credit for the class. If you don't have a Hebrew name, this is a chance to get one. And of course, you can ask everybody in the chat how they got their name, and that would be a good one. They checked in the class, and they checked into this class. They checked into other classes all throughout the United States. No one else has this class. We're the only one that provide this class, and anybody, we're not affiliated with any other Israelite group. So if you see them teaching anything at all, they'll be copying off us, and they ain't gonna get it right, because they're gonna have words like shalom. Stay away from them. That's your first deadly problem. So, but that's the case, because like I said, to reiterate, a language. Last week we went over prepositions. Remember, if y'all remember the prepositions, we got more people in class.
Kind of other one.
Uh-huh. Hey. Okay. Yeah, just like I said, we're not we're Hebrew here, and we don't understand. If you don't come to this class correct, we don't need you here. Okay? So come here correct. Listen and learn from the teacher and instructor. In this case, I'm Officer of 1,000 Kazakh Shapar. I don't speak in this class, but the Hebrew language. That's what we're going through. And of course, we speak the English language because that's the language of our captivity. And we're glad for people to be in class. And we thank you for that. And you got, I know it's a Friday night. People are drinking their mayam and their yayan. Okay. So last week we talked about, what did we talk about? Prepositions? No, possessive adjectives. We talked possessive adjectives last week, and then we're going to give you some sentence structure. So when we get ready to put together some good sentences later on, I try to use the colder months to bring on winter subjects like that. But you got to pay attention. You got to be able to graduate from the prepositions, the possessive adjectives, and you kind of know that, that's where we are. That makes sense? Makes sense to me. And a lot of people, they come around, they try to teach you their language, and I ain't into all of that. I ain't got time for that. But like I said, because they're in there, these Baptist churches and all these other fake churches, Muslims and mosques and all of these heeny meetings and bleebies, and they speak in the Pope talk and all of that Greeks and all that. I ain't got time for this stuff, man. Just listen. You want to get into the ISUPK under commanding General Yahanna. That's what we are right here, okay? That's what you got to understand. So we go over, last time we went over a few words. The prepositions, we said ba, dahawa, yaka, lama, shatha, tha, meaning you, she, future tense, of course, is contextual. Sha, pertaining to, ma, of, la, to, ka, like. This is when we're on prepositions, right? Somebody in the audience can tell me, if I recall, tell me what a preposition is. Just give me a little few lines. What is a preposition, right? And I said, ya, he, wa, an, ha, thee, da, do, ba, in, and of course, is I. Tell me what a preposition is real quick. And what is it? What is it used for? Because when you use words, you're going to use some prepositions in them. And there are different ways to say words in sentences depending on what you're trying to say. A lot of people, that's the reason why people can't teach you. You have to be qualified to teach this language, man. I had a lot of people try to send me things, send me notes and stuff like that. I mean, I don't need that. If I need something, I go to the man above me who has it. Because when I begin to teach something, learn something, I want to learn from the people above me who already know. All right. So anyway, what's a preposition? Anybody in class? It's a little more advanced studies because we went over prepositions. We went over possessive adjective. We went over root words. And that's why I wanted to have you, because before we can get into present tense, past tense, and future tense, we must get into sentence structure first. So let's get into that. So what's a preposition? Anybody? That's good and clear too, boy. Wow. What's a preposition? This is how we do it. Anybody? Okay, well, we'll have to tell you. A preposition is anybody? I'm still waiting there. We'll wait and see if anybody can grab hold to it. Y'all, we'll wait a little second here. Give me what's a preposition. Lock you. Because we're going to give you that same understanding. What is a preposition? Want to know what a... Okay. A preposition sits before a noun to show nouns. Okay. Relationship to another word in a sentence. That's why when you go over nouns and verbs, and that's what we'll be going over tonight, and just a little bit of touch of them. When you go over nouns and verbs, you got to know what prepositions are also. That makes sense. Preposition sits before. That means it's before in a not necessarily in a sentence, but in a in a word. Of course, words make sentences. Like and it's well anyway. Preposition sits before a noun to show noun's relationship to another word in the sentence. So that's why you want to do that. You want to use that preposition to go before it, like give that noun some direction or some relationship to other words in the sentence, right? Anybody?
Azra,
What she got?
she says links a word or shows relationship.
That's it. I'll take that. It shows relationship. I'll take all that. Let's clap it up. That's exactly right. It links relationship to a noun, okay? Like if you want to say the earth, it's ha'aratas, ba'aratas, isn't it? It's like, what is it? Yeah, no. The earth. How you say the earth? I'm sorry. Yeah. Yeah, I said it right. Ha'aratazar. Okay, you want to say in the earth, you say baharatazar. Okay, and you want to say of the earth, you say ma'aratazar, or so on and so forth, right? Or my thirst, something like that. You may want to say a word like that, and we'll get into that. You want to say his thirst, her thirst. You identify what you got in front of you first. So identify the noun and the verb. So let's get some words here. Let's find out what this relationship is right here. Let's y'all, and this y'all, anybody out there, y'all already know how I roll. So I kind of like make you guys get involved here. Let's start with the first one here. Number one. I'll put it. Okay. Number one. Okay. Number one. Let's go over this Hebrew right here. Well, Hebrew Israelites. Okay. We speak. You want to be part of this class? Get into the ISUPK. Do your 90 days. Yeah. Get your Hebrew name. You got to be with us, man. Because we can't stop people from teaching whoever rolls across the class, but that's how it rolls. Anyway, the first, transliterate this word here. Okay. Transliterate this word. Transliterate this word, the first top word up here. Of course, you have connectors now. Let's remember you got those Hebrew connectors. We talked about them. Okay? You got to understand that. Understand these connectors will help you. Y'all with it? Okay. All right. We got it. Anybody just come up? In other words, all you got to do is just come up with the transliteration. Because it's already translated. But I just need you to come up with the transliteration that you taught from this class by picking out the sound on the chart. It's just as simple as that. I mean, if you want to join something and you want to be in a class, you might as well get with them. If not, go to your people and learn from them. Why the hell you want to be in this class? That's what I do, right? You know, that's what I did. Did my 90 days. Got my Hebrew name, Kazakh Shapar. That makes sense. Got in class and go from there. So y'all translate these words. So let's go with it. The number one here. That's all I want you to do. I want what to write on here. Tell me. Anybody got it? We'll give you guys a few more times there because I know people are getting off work. Things are slow. You're going back and forth and through the refrigerator trying to find something to eat. Some um, potato salad, some crackers or whatever you eat. Ritz crackers or a steak. Nice juicy T-bone, glass of wine, some water, Yahanna, some wine, some Mayam water, and you got your foot up and you enjoying in a Kazakh bar taught Lashawan Qadash class under commanding General Yahanna. You know what I'm saying? That's the only way to be, right? And that's the channel that you turn to right here. I don't try to teach a whole lot in one night. I try to teach just enough so that you can comprehend what's going on. That makes sense? There we go. We good. We good? Like I said, we're right here. Anyway, I'm gonna go up and put something up here, y'all. Y'all, come on, help me now. Okay, y'all. I give the first thing up here. Wa ya. Right? That's what I see so far. I'll give you some help. That makes sense? Somebody got some answers up in there. What we got?
All right. Ezra has WAYA
Mm-hmm.
H M
What is it? H.
WAYA
Yeah.
H M A. Looks like an L
Where?
at the end. YAHMAL.
Right here? Y'all look on that chart. Looks like a. Okay. MAL.
Kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
Sakawa has
Sakawar.
Sakawa.
Thakwawa.
Sakawa.
Thak.
Slovakia says
Is that her name?
Sakawa.
That's Thakwawa. Yeah.
Sakawa.
Right.
She has WAYA.
Yeah.
She has a space between, and then it's AHMAR.
That looks good. God dang. Okay. What you got? That look good to me.
I have the same thing.
The bottom one is more correct, I think.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
It's Waya Amar.
Mhm.
Wa. Let's find out what this says too. Waya Amar. Let's find out what this is. What is this? Waya Amar. Okay.
Okay.
Amar is to say. That's what it means. Or said. And say or said, okay?
Mhm.
Why is and. That makes sense?
Mhm.
Okay. Of course, Yah is he. And it's like, it doesn't make sense to English almost, but it's telling you these are prepositions at the beginning of it. And he said, or and say, or and said in Old English. And he say, or and to say. But it's speaking to a male, so it's got to say he. That makes sense? Y'all understand that? Okay. And he said, okay. So that's what you want. That's what the word is really saying. Let's figure out. Let me put it up here. Okay. Okay. What did I say? Oh, Amar. Very good. Okay, that's what that is. Okay. And it's basically, to say it again, it basically means this. And say. Okay.
Mhm.
Depending on what tense you're putting it in. Now, what does that mean? And of course, Yah up here means he. You don't want to say she, so you got to put a he in there. That makes sense?
Mhm.
That's why you put Yah Amar.
Right.
Yah Amar. So and say. So that's your first. Now, what is that? What is when you that's an action. It's not a noun, so it's a what?
Verb.
This is a verb. That's one of the verbs we're talking about, right?
Okay.
All right. So far, we'll put this thing together. All right, y'all doing great. Let's clap it up for class, man. Very good. All right. Slack it. All right, let's move on to the next one. What we got here? And remember, we still have the connectors. You have a singular connector, and we have a connector that joins two sounds together. So there's an independent connector or singular, or we have a dependent connector, okay, that joins two sounds together. So a lot of things to remember here, okay? That's why I chose the connectors or the ancient language, okay? All right, let's move on to the next one. What's this next line here? Number 2. In other words, number 2 here. That one. Number 2. We're just giving you some descriptions of verbs. So I try to go very slow and methodically behind something. So when the end of it, the crucible of the whole matter, you'll be teaching me. Because you will know the information, okay? I don't try to rush and give you too much stuff. All you need is basic stuff. Then you can teach a man to fish and he'll feed himself. You give him fish and he'll be looking at your door every day for that same fish. Well, how about let's teach you to fish? So let's go. In other words, this ain't fishing, of course. This is doing nouns and verbs like we talked. Because we want to show you, of course, the lesson, it'll be hard to understand unless you know what prepositions are and Hebrew lock it, prepositions and possessive adjectives. They go hand in hand with your nouns and verbs. Okay, you gotta teach. You can't teach class without the other. So you need both. You need all four things: prepositions, possessive adjectives, and your nouns and the verbs. In this case, the verbs. All right, what we got here?
First, Slackers.
Yeah.
Isura said she wrote the first one down wrong. So
Oh yeah, no. Let's clap it up for everybody here. That's like Azara. I know you know this information. I know you know how to do this.
she doesn't have an answer for that.
Yeah. You know. That's why I clap it up and give everybody an A+, because I know you know. We're all working together here. There's no such thing as right or wrong. Um, when you put in the effort, we know that you know how many times I've written things down when doing a Hebrew chart wrong? Many times. So nah. And but that's just like that. We understand. Ain't no problem.
So she has an answer for number 2, and
Who?
so does
Both?
yes.
All right, talk to me.
DA,
Who? Okay, DA.
BAR.
Everybody got that?
Yes. Everybody got
Everybody.
Yeah.
Does that look right?
it. Mhm.
Clap it up there. Clap it up for class. I try to give people a hand clap because I like that sometime too. And they're giving that black hand claps now. None of them, you know. I like to. Why not? They give the black man clap, you know. Give the black man some hand claps. Right. So the bar. All right, let's blow that word up there a little bit. Let's make that word. Let's magnify that up a little bit there, right?
Mhm.
What in the world is the bar? The bar. We talked about this a little bit. Okay. Y'all remember. Okay. That's what you got. So we're going to say the bar means to speak. That's what it means. Boy, that's crooked. Hair. Okay. Okay. To speak. That's what the bar means. So far we have and say and speak. Now what is the bar? When I say speak, is what part of speech is that? Is that a noun or a verb? What say ye in the audience? What we got here? When we said and said or and say, why Yah and he say or and he said, either one, that was a verb. So what's the bar? What do y'all say that is? Can I safely say that's a verb? All right. All right. So far, so good, everybody. And of course, so far, I mean, you know, we're trying to transliterate some words so we can put it together. So you'll have, when you look at a sentence and you want to address it and figure out what the noun and verbs are, you'll be able to know how to do it, and then you'll be able to transliterate it, and you'll go from there. Okay. So what is this next one here? What's that, number 3 right there?
Okay.
All right, number 3. Tell me what number 3 is. This one here. Y'all tell me what this. And just be cognizant and be mindful of your connectors. Like I said, those connectors are you have to pay attention. And for all those holy rollers that go to church and don't understand that Lashawan, let this, you thought you was speaking in some sort of gibberish or language or whatever language that I think they have at Corinthians that can't be spoken unless the angels interpret it and all that stuff. Listen, man, Lashawan is just tongue. We're speaking a tongue tonight. We're saying why ya amar. That's a whole nother tongue, whole nother language. Okay, on the bar. That's what you're learning. And then, of course, you can write that in Assyrian. I may write that down here in a little bit out to the side. But so far, we're going to go with these verbs and the nouns, okay? So you learn how to identify them. We don't have to go down and just do a vocabulary. I give them to you. You'll be able to identify them on your own. What we got next? Anybody?
We have a couple of answers,
What we got?
starting with Thakwa.
Takowa.
Thakwa. Okay. I got it.
Okay.
She has A-H, I'm Salaki. AHLAHAYAM.
That's what we got.
And Azra has the same thing.
They both of them got the same thing?
Kind of.
Let's clap it up for them. That looks right. That look right to you?
Absolutely.
So what does that say? It's Allah Hayam. Allah Hayam is the powers of God. Allah Hayam. God. And that's who we say Yahweh. Okay? That is the same thing as saying Yahweh. Okay? And Yahweh. Yahweh. Okay? And you got to be careful because people think that's what do they call them? Your homie or whatever they say. I can't. I'm sorry. Yeshua. These Jewish clowns. Yeshua. That's the reason why when I see people trying to get in my class, you don't confuse my students with your improper Yeshua and Elohim and Elohim and Shalawams and get that shit. Get that stuff out of here and take it some damn way. I ain't got time for that. You want to get into this class right here like these scholars are right here. We got men and women, Shar, Ratazak, Hawabah, Taqwa, Azara in class. And we make sure these brothers and sisters, they got what they need. Okay? Of course, only the men teach class, of course. Because we are the priests and prophets. Everybody else, what you want to do is come in here and learn Hebrew, man. Go through the Hebrew course, go through the classes, learn how to be a priest and prophet, to be commissioned, man. Don't just stand out there and hope to be because you mad because your school ain't got this because they don't have the knowledge. I know they don't got the knowledge. Trust me, I know they don't. This is what you would call, or you would say, God. Now, what is this? A noun or a verb? Not only is that a noun, that's a proper noun, right? Am I right? That is a proper noun. Why is that a proper noun? Because it's God. This would be like saying Kazakh Shapar, it'd be like saying, in this place is proper because it's speaking directly to the Yahweh. That's his name, Allahayim. He is the powers, and of course I ain't the powers, of course, but this is a proper noun. So there's your noun. That's one of the nouns right there. So we got verb, noun, right? Y'all understand? Mm-hmm. And that's what you got to understand when we're reading there. So to understand Hebrew, we get nouns and verbs. And if you, this case, we don't have any prepositions, or we said all the powers, yam, that's plural. If you notice that, yam. Allahayam, the powers with an S, meaning Yahweh is all power. This is all power right here. Allahayam. Okay, now here's word. Let's go to the next one over here. Okay, I'll just put a little red dot over here. Y'all know what that one is. Tell me what that is. Follow your directions. Slocky, that you've done in class. Follow the directions and tell me what that is. Y'all know what I'm saying? Because we said, just pay attention to what you think that is. Follow that. Can everybody see that? Yeah, they can see it. I can make sure. I don't want no.
Yeah, good answer.
Huh? Who? What we got?
Thakwa.
Thakwa. What you got, Thakwa?
She has AHLA.
That would be Allah, isn't it? Think about it, Thakwa. Because remember, this connected here. Remember.
And Izra has an answer.
What you got?
She has AHL.
Okay, we got AHLA and AHL. All right, what you got? Which one you? Do you agree with them? What you got?
I got AHL.
Okay. All right. Now, everybody's right. And I'm going to tell you, Thakwa, you can drop this A here. The reason why is because in the lessons here, if I would have said Allah, that would have been God. Mm-hmm. And then I would have said, what is these connectors here? Independent. But over here, I did what?
Dependent.
I made one dependent. So what does that mean? Everybody in the chat. All right, this is a critical lesson here to me. In the chat, if I put this dependent connector, that means this sound depends on that sound. So I'm trying to make one fruitful sound. So if that is the case, why would I drop this A at the end? But I didn't do it over here. I had Allah over here. And the only thing changes is these independent, or dependent. Y'all understand? So when you drop, the reason why you drop the A over here is because of the dependent connector. That's the reason why. And so you say all. That is the only difference. So therefore, if I did this, all right, let me tell you this. All right, I'll tell you what. I want y'all to tell me. I'm gonna use Assyrian. I'm gonna use Assyrian Hebrew, and I want you to tell me what this word is right here. Tell me what that is. That's Assyrian Hebrew. Okay. Write in the chat what do you think that is. This, I wrote it in red so it'll be different. That's Assyrian Hebrew. Talk to me about that word. Write that in the chat and tell me, transliterate this word right here in red right there. I see everybody's on their P's and Q's, man. And that makes me, let me know that that you guys understand what you're doing. But when I see something that's got to be explained, then I go ahead and explain it. What we got?
Thakwa has an answer.
What you got, Thakwa?
She says the connectors is what's the difference.
Clap it up for her. Damn right. She got the point.
Yeah.
She got the point. That's what I'm saying. That connector there, when you put this connector, you keep the I, especially when you're doing a sound, because it has an H on the end. A-H, you keep the full sound, ah, and it joins the la, all. That's why you do it. Now, if I didn't have no connector on there, the only way to pronounce this is all. You can't say Allah, but some people will try to do that. That's why I prefer using the ancient language, Hebrew language, which this is, instead of using the Assyrian. That makes sense?
Yeah.
So both of y'all are right there. So we want to use the word A-L. Sorry. What did I say? A-H-L. Lock. A-H-L. Now I did all that to say what? What the hell does this word mean? All right. So it says like that word would be like unto. Okay. What is unto? Unto. We'll get it. We'll give it to you. Unto is a verb. Means like to. I'll read the definition, but if you look it up, it's like a. Let me see here. Let me look it up the best. Let me do it this way. Unto. Um. Lock it. Okay. Lock it for a second. Well, anyway, that word right there, all, because it's a verb, you got unto, all, okay? It's the transliteration for that. It's a preposition, like it's a preposition, but it's really, it's like to or toward, unto a motion. Like, so something that's to, toward, motion, unto, that sounds like a what? A verb. It's a prepositional verb is what it is.
Yeah.
So we're going to call this a verb. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
That's what it means to me. And oops. Just happen to be a preposition too. In this case, I mean, all, unto. You can use it like that, okay? So just keep that down in your understanding there. Okay. Okay. So we good with that?
Okay.
So we say all. So when you see that word right there, you're seeing a verb, or and of course it's like you have to understand like when you're talking unto somebody, in this case you're talking to a he. Why Yah, and say unto. So it's saying so far, y'all with me? So far what we got? We have and say. So you're saying speak. Let's make a sentence out of this if we can. Speak, or debar. Speak, debar. Unto, debar all. Unto who? Well, let's figure out what this is. Y'all transliterate that one. Transliterate this word right here. Now I got the connectors down there now. Follow them connectors. And sometimes I can get them not quite legible there, but let's figure this out right here. Speak unto who? Who are they speaking unto? So we can finish this sentence up. So you'll understand. So far we have noun, verbs that could be doubled as a preposition, unto. So far, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's get it. Who we
Everybody,
got?
everybody got
Everybody got something.
it.
All right. What we got?
We got it.
My sisters,
M-A,
my brothers. What we got?
M-A-S-H-A-H.
Look at that. See that right there? Everybody got that?
Everybody got that.
See, clap it up for the sister right there. See, y'all, these brothers and sisters up here, man, and especially the sisters, they get in the class right there. Right there, what does that say? You like to say what? Mashah? Mashah would be this guy. This one right here. The infamous Moses, Mashah. Okay. So we got something going on. So who is Mashah? Wouldn't that be the same thing as a proper noun? That's a name, right? So we're gonna call him a noun. That's a noun, man.
Mm-hmm.
And just happen to be a proper noun. That makes sense?
That makes sense.
Hell yeah. So let's go into this real deep here. We got some sentence going on right here. A little partial sentence, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's say, speak the bar unto all Mashah. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Right? Okay, now let's put something else together. The Lord, Allahayam, Yahweh. Okay. Speak unto Allahayam. Allahayam says to speak and say unto Moses. Can we say that?
Sure.
So let's do that. Allahayam, Yahweh says, speak. You got it? Speak or debar. So we want to say Allahayam, debar. Speak. Wayamar, and say all Mashah. Okay, so we're saying Yahweh said, Yahweh, Allahayam, Yahweh says to speak to speak and say, unto all Moses. Speaking to Moses. He's speaking to Moses and say whatever you want to say to him. That's what the Lord said. I just pulled it. I didn't have enough board work up there, so I pulled that. The point is, you got proper nouns, verb, proper noun, verb. Do you see that right there?
Mm-hmm.
Proper noun, verb, and verb. So that's what the Lord is saying. To speak unto him. That's what the Lord is saying. That's what the Lord came down and said, speak unto Moses and say unto him. That's what this is basically saying.
Mm-hmm.
Speak unto Yahweh, that's his name, Allahayim, he's the powers, and speak the bar, Wayamar, and say unto all Mashah. Say unto him whatever you want. Keep the commandments of the Most High. That's what the Lord said. Mm-hmm. Keep the commandments of the Most High. So that makes sense. Makes sense to me. Mm-hmm. You see, that's what the Lord is trying to tell you. Let's see here. Slocky. mean, there's a lot of ways you can use this. It's a lot going. I mean, it's sentences. You can go on and on with sentences. You got to keep in mind too that they threw in a lot of old English out of this too. In old English, you got to say how they spoke just ain't exactly. Like, ain't exactly right. Let me see. Let's lock it for a second. Let's lock it for 1 second. Okay. It says, and Alahayim, right? Alahayim, and God said, and God spake, or the bar, okay, unto all, Mashah, okay, and say, Waya Amar, I am the Lord. I can say that. That's a he's trying to let him know that he is the Lord, man. That I am. That in other words, I am Yahweh. He's let Moses know, speak, and let him know that I'm Yahweh. Okay. You can say, then the Lord said unto Moses, now shalt thou see, said to Pharaoh, there, speak to the Lord, let him know that I'm Yahweh. See, this is like a good sentence structure right here to let you know how things structured. That's how the children of Israel spake. Of course, with a little differences with the Old English. Because Old English is like English. It's just Old English. The way they put things together. Speak, okay? And God said, or Yahweh said, the Halahayim says, speak unto Moshe, or Moses, right?
Mm-hmm.
And say unto him, man. Say unto him, okay? Wa, and say unto, you got to have a he or him. That's why that Yah is there. See that all that prepositional work to help that right there. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
In this case, I am the Lord. That makes sense?
Makes sense.
All right, so let's clap it up for that. Everybody got that understanding right there. That's what I was trying to get you to see in that particular structure, sentence structure right there, right? Let's move on to something else, but give you guys a chance to write that down. I don't want to go too far, but I just want you guys to understand that particular understanding. Now that covered prepositions. What?
Hebrew nouns and verbs.
What is it? Hebrew nouns and verbs.
And possessive adjectives.
Possessive adjectives, exactly right. Mm-hmm. That covered a lot right there.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we have to do that? Because to understand, now that you got that, now that you can grasp in your mind. So when we start making little sentences right here, we can start to put the proper thing, because there's different ways to say things. Okay, that makes sense. Like you could say, let's see, there's different ways to say. Like you said, let's okay. Does everybody understand this so far? Everybody understand? I guess I can erase this. That makes sense. That's verbs and nouns. Sentence structure. 101. Without the interruption of any fake Israelite group or fake group. We don't buy that shit in here. We go straight with ISUPK. Under Commander General Yahanna. And while I got you out here, you guys make sure y'all pay your tithe and offerings too, to make sure you do that, right? All right, I thought I'd say that. All right, let's say, Slocky. What if I want to say this? Let's see if y'all can get this. Slocky. Okay. Now, you can say something like this. I'm gonna write it sort of like frontwards, then I'll turn it around, right? You can just say this right here. You can, I am, right? And you can say this right here. Ba, by what? Ra, I. What does ba mean? I am with hungry, or I am hungry. So you got to use some prepositions right there. That makes sense? Well, okay. Okay, Salaki. Okay. Yeah. Or I am in hungry, or I am hungry. By Rob. Okay. That's what you can say. Because these are prepositions. And hungry is Raib. Raib, I'm sorry. You want to say I'm in hungry, I'm in hungry, I'm of hungry. And this, of course, is hunger. Hungry. Or the same word. And this, of course, is I am. That makes sense? That's one way you can say that. I think we talked about that before, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Or with hungry, or with hunger. It actually means with hunger or in hunger. That makes sense. Now you can say something like this. You can say something like, I am, you can say thirsty. Now this is the kind of thirsty to drink, of course, or to quench your thirst, right? You can say, yeah, slocky. I am thirsty. So you want to say, we can do this. Let's just do this and yeah, transliterate this for me. No, I ain't gonna do that to you. Oh, I ain't gonna do that. Let's do this. Okay. And then we're gonna go this one here. Like that. Yeah, y'all transliterate that right there. That'll be one of the last ones we do tonight. Get this out of the way here. Just right here, that word right there. And I believe that'd be one of the last ones that I think that we'll do tonight, okay? For sentence structure, it's just another way to do this. I want to show you another way to write this sentence. You're hungry and you're thirsty, right? So let's pick up this transliteration right here. Right there. Okay. Here I said Anya by Ra'ib. I'm in hunger, or I'm with hunger, or I am in hunger, or I am, there are different ways to say it. But over here is I am thirsty. I am with thirst. But what does it say? Right here. It's just like being in class, right? You can take your time. So I remember when I first started, a lot of people were trying to finish up first. So we give plenty of time for class here. Woo. It's locked.
We have an answer.
Y'all got an answer? All right. What we got?
Takawa has the answer.
Go ahead.
It's TAZAMAAHTYA.
THAY?
THAYA. Kind of.
Okay. Anybody else?
Not yet.
Excuse me. It's locked.
Mhm.
I'll take your time. That looks good.
Mhm.
Anybody else confirming that?
I was asking, is this it? She has the same thing, only no H at the end. I mean, no A at the end. TAZAMAAHTHAY. She's asking if that's it.
Okay. The A the A will stay at the end because it's a independent sound on this ya. Right? Ma. Well, y'all, let's get the spelling right here. Do I got this spell right?
She has it as TAZAMAAHTHAY.
Okay. And other spelling.
Is THAYA.
Okay.
Okay.
The same thing. Yeah. All right. Let's look. The answer would be down here in these connectors. Let's find out what's going on there.
Okay.
Are those independent connectors down there?
It kind of, I don't know.
What does that mean?
Each sound is a full sound.
Right. Exactly. Each sound is full sound. So the correct one would be this. So it would be pronounced Taza, Ma, right? What about Ma'a?
There's two A's in each one of them.
That's right. We need a
She had an A in there too.
huh?
She had two A's.
Right here?
MAAH.
I'm thinking that it's probably my mistake here.
Okay.
But I'm thinking this is correct. I just should have put this down right here. Okay. Tazama. Tazama. Okay. I'm not sure actually
Okay.
right now.
Okay.
But let me look it up.
Okay.
Hold a minute. I wrote it down. Hold it a minute. I'll get it. Okay. Okay. Um. Let's go with the root word. Root word is ta, za, and then you're gonna have ma,
Mm-hmm.
like this. Ma, and then you have I think that's it. Ma'a. So I believe that's another one in there. The root word is like this. Taza, ma, a. So it would have to be like this. Okay? And that's what we got up here.
Okay.
Okay?
So
So the correct spelling,
everybody had it right, except for
well, it's Taza, ma. You have to put another A in here to make that right. Ma,
Yeah.
ma'a.
That's how everybody had it.
Yeah, like that.
And the ending is correct. THAYA.
Mm-hmm. So yeah. Now let's see what this means. That means the word thirsty comes from the word tazama'a. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And slakia. Tha. When you're using the word tha, you understand thee or thou, and then you want to say ya is me or mine.
Okay.
So in this case, it's my ya, me or mine. Okay? In the me or mine. Okay? And it would be slakia. Okay. What did I say? This is it's not a possessive, it's a possessive adjective, right? So that's what we want to look for. So possessive adjective for that would be Slovakia. Oh boy, yeah, my or me. Okay, and my or me, and my or me, yeah. You want, yeah, that could go, either way, male or female. In this case, okay, so you want to go my or me. So that's what this means. You want to go. The root word is tazama'a.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, like this, and this is thou or thee, thou, and this is my or me. Okay, and this, of course, is thirst or thirsty. Okay.
Okay.
I said it right. Yeah, thirst or thirsty. Okay, like that. So it's saying that I am thirsty, my thirst, or the thirst of me, the
Mhm.
thirst of my, or my thirst, or thou. Either one, thee or thou. The is my thirst. I am. So it's just describing whose thirst it is. I am thirsty. That's what that's saying. So that's masculine or feminine, okay?
Mhm.
But the root word is tazama'a. So when you say tazama'ata ya, that's what we're saying. Everybody understands that in the chat there?
Mhm.
Tazama'ata ya. I am thirsty. Now I could have just said anya. I am hungry, like I said, hungry. I am of hunger. Or I am with hunger. I could just say it. Anya tazama'a. But I chose to say it a different way right here. That makes sense? Tazama'ata ya. As my thirst. I am hunger. I am of my thirst. I am thirsty. It's a way of saying it and you're describing who's thirsty. That makes sense? I am.
Mhm.
And it's a different way. I mean, you don't, there's a different way of saying different things in sentences. That's why I use that two different ways here. Both of them using I am, and of course you're using a noun here, right? Hunger and thirst.
Mhm.
And you're using a I am a noun. You see?
Okay.
Now, does everybody understand that? Y'all got that? Now that's just different ways of saying it.
Mhm.
And neither one would be necessarily wrong. But that's just a different way of saying it. That probably is another way to say that, especially with Old English. But that's what we're doing, transliterating words, and we're using nouns and verbs. In this case, these would be verbs too, right? What's thirsty?
Mhm.
Hungry.
Thirsty.
The actions words, I don't know what to call it. I ain't gonna even put up there what they is. Let me look it up. It probably is. I don't know.
Mhm.
Let's see. um. Hmm. I don't know. Oh, here. It says it's an adjective, but that's what these are. These are adjectives right here. Hunger, thirst, right? They're adjectives. But anyway, good. It's good to know.
I have it as an abstract.
You could say that. Uh, that's a noun.
Mm-hmm.
That's some sort of adjective. Or thirst can be a noun too.
Okay.
Or plus it's a person, place, it's a thing. So hunger is a thing, thirst is a thing. That's how it could be a noun.
Okay.
And it could be also, in this case, used as an adjective. I'm not going to get into parts of speech like that. I ain't no English teacher. So I'm not going to put up there what it is. You got it. Okay? But it's just different ways, sentence structure of how you can write that. Okay? So we got it? We understand? Oh, let's clap it up for class now. What we got? Okay. So people understand what's going on here. We got any questions for class? We're at the end of class, so we're gonna clap it up there, and we'll leave it like that. So appreciate Officer Sharp putting in the class. So like and share the class, and make sure you put your comments and your likes and your shares in class, or in your we had the class in the Slovakia, YouTube and Facebook, of course. Every Friday night, we tune in to Lashawan Qadash class here in ISUPK, South Carolina, under Commanding General Yahanna. Make sure you tune in. Just remember to pay your tithes and offering too. Also, that's to keep the school to pay what it needs to pay to get the work done. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So we're gonna finish up class. Let's see. Slovakia. Mm. Mm. Where is it? I know I got some in here somewhere. We're going to let me see. Let me go over here to the class. Next week we're going to talk about something even more important. So far, what do we got? We got 3 things going on. We have we did prepositions, possessive adjective, Hebrew connectors, and we did verbs and nouns. This is correct. And sentence structure. And put them in a little sentence and show you how they're used. And of course, we do like we do every week, transliteration, so people can get involved in class. Okay, and make sure you tune in. The security announcements here. We at ISUPK start off 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. The rule for the new brothers, sisters, when a new brother or sister comes into school, they're off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, a teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to the brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. Okay. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister, Salakia, will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is commandment, Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8 and 10, means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'asharah, 10% of every penny of increase the Lord gives you. Give to the Treasury Department or teacher, priest fund, free will offering for the priest, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Holy convocation. We'll give announcements of that. Let's see. We have the next Holy convocation is the Feast of Dedication, which is Hanukkah, of course. It says the 25th day of the 9th month by the space of 8 days, Sunday, the 14th of December. That's down in December, so make sure you guys get prepared for that. Sunday, the 14th December 2025 for 8 days. First Maccabees 4:52 and 61. Okay. Make sure you guys understand that one. Remind Akim and Akwath to check the bulletin board. Okay. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. Okay. So we're going to stand and do a salute. Stand and do a salute. Okay. Madam Shabbat. Majin. Barak. Yahweh Hashem Yahushai Barak. A thumb to my brothers. Yat Matah Sar. Face the sisters. Madam Shabbat. Majin. Barak. Yahweh Shema Alathan Ba Hashem Yahushai.
Yahweh Shema Tamba Shem Yahushai.
Yat Matah. Class dismissed. Let's clap it up for class. Right?